What if I told you that the reason most aspiring fiction writers never finish their first novel has nothing to do with talent? I've spent the last 3 months testing every AI writing tool on the market, burning through hundreds of my own money, and I discovered something that completely changed how I think about writing. 99% of writers are using AI completely wrong. They're either treating it like a magic button that spits out soulless paragraphs, or they're rejecting it entirely because they think using AI makes them less of a real writer. But there's a third option nobody's talking about, and in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to use AI as your creative partner, not to replace your voice, but to enhance it so you can finally finish that book you've been dreaming about. Look, I get it. The idea of using AI to write fiction feels wrong, like you're cheating somehow. But every single professional author I know uses tools like Grammarly, beta readers, and editing software. AI is just another tool. The difference is this one can help you brainstorm characters at 2 a.m., fix your plot holes in real time, and push through writer's block without waiting 3 weeks for your writing group to meet. The key is knowing which tool actually understands fiction writing, and more importantly, how to use it without losing your creativity in the process. So, let me show you what I mean. When most people try to use AI for fiction writing, they open ChatGPT, type something like, "Write me a fantasy novel about dragons," and then wonder why the output reads like a Wikipedia article written by a robot. The problem isn't AI. The problem is that ChatGPT wasn't built for storytelling. It was built for answering questions and summarizing information. The tool I'm talking about is different because it was designed specifically for creative work, and more importantly, it lets you feed it context, your ideas, your style, your favorite books, so it actually understands what you're trying to create. That tool is called Poppy AI. It's built specifically for creators who need to organize their ideas and work alongside AI instead of just using it to replace them. Instead of just throwing prompts into a chat box and hoping for the best, Poppy lets you build a workspace where all your inspiration, research, and reference material lives in one place. The AI can then pull from everything you've gathered to help you brainstorm and develop your story. If you want to follow along with what I'm about to show you, I've left a link to Poppy in the description below. Let me show you how this works in practice. Inside Poppy, you work on what's called a board. Think of it like a creative workspace where you can drop in all your inspiration, research, and ideas. The first thing I do when starting a new fiction project is create groups. These are collections of reference material that Poppy can pull from. For example, I'll create a group called Character Inspiration and drop in YouTube videos analyzing characters I love, maybe a video essay on Tyrion Lannister's character arc, or a breakdown of how Brandon Sanderson writes Magic System. Then I'll create another group called Worldbuilding Research and add in videos about medieval warfare or ecology and geography for fantasy world, or whatever fits my story's setting. The cool thing is that Poppy can actually watch these videos and understand them. You're not just dumping links into a folder, you're teaching the AI what kind of story you want to tell. Let's say I'm writing a dark fantasy novel and I'm stuck on my main character. I know she's a reluctant hero, but I can't exactly figure out her backstory. I'll open a chat inside Poppy, link it to my character inspiration group, and ask something like, "Help me develop a complex female protagonist who's morally gray, inspired by the character analysis videos I've provided. She's a former assassin trying to leave her past behind." Instead of giving me some generic sentences like, "She has long dark hair and a mysterious past," Poppy pulls from those actual character breakdowns I fed it, and you can immediately see the difference. That's not a template, that's a story hook with built-in conflict and emotional depth. But I'm still the writer. Poppy didn't write my character for me. It helped me brainstorm and pushed my thinking in a direction I might not have considered on my own. Now, let's talk about world building, because this is where most fantasy and sci-fi writers get completely stuck. You know that feeling when you're trying to figure out your magic system, or how your fictional government works, or how the economic system will function? Instead of spending 3 weeks falling down research rabbit holes trying to find inspiration while also staying true to the world building of your story, you can use Poppy to speed up that process. I'll create a new group called World Building References and add videos about things like medieval economics, or how different cultures approach storytelling, or even videos analyzing the world building in books similar to mine. Then I'll ask Poppy, based on the world building videos I've provided, help me develop a magic system that feels grounded and has clear costs and limitations. Because Poppy has actually studied those videos, it can suggest systems that feel thought out and consistent. But again, I'm not asking it to write my book, I'm using it as a creative partner. Think of it like having a really smart writing buddy who's read all the same books as you, watched all the same craft videos, and is available 24/7 to talk through ideas. I know what some of you are thinking. Won't this make my writing sound like AI? And that's a valid concern. If you just copy-paste whatever the AI spits out, then yeah, your book will feel soulless and like it was written by a robot. Also, we're talking about hundreds of thousands of words which AI simply can't write all in one go to fill a whole book. But that's not how you use this tool. The way I use Poppy is for the messy middle parts of writing, the brainstorming, the problem solving, the I have no idea what happens next moments. It can generate text like any other AI tool, or even better, since you directly give it the sources you need, but it's not meant to replace your creativity. creative output. When you start writing, you will be the one at the keyboard. However, when you're stuck on plot structure, or you need to figure out your antagonist's motivation, or even just experiment with a scene and see how it can play out under different circumstances, that's when you turn to Poppy. Think of it more like a writing coach who can help you think through problems instead of someone completely replacing you and writing the whole thing for you. Let me show you what this looks like in practice. So I'm going to walk you through exactly how I'd use Poppy to develop a fantasy novel from scratch. The first thing I do is set up my board with groups that contain all my reference material. I'll create a group called Character World Building, and I'm going to add in some really solid videos about developing characters and building believable fantasy worlds. Then I'll create another group called How to Write and add videos about the actual craft of writing. Things like story structure, how to write your first fantasy novel, that kind of stuff. Now that I've got these groups set up, I can link them to a chat and start working. Let's say I want to write a fantasy story, but I'm completely blank on where to start. I'll ask Poppy something like, based on the world building and writing craft videos I've provided, help me brainstorm a fantasy world that feels unique. I'm interested in exploring themes of power and identity. And Poppy comes back with this.
Based on the world building and writing craft videos you've provided, start with the idea of resonance as the foundation of your world. Magic comes from bonding with materials, but only through a dangerous awakening ritual that can change your body and identity. Think about how this shapes society. Wealth is controlled by merchant resonance, power by military resonance, and status by old blood families. The theme of power and identity comes through in how characters navigate these systems. From the character videos, consider how a protagonist might want the ritual for power or status, but risk losing themselves in the process. Your story could explore the tension between who they are and who they become, while also showing how ordinary people deal with the costs of resonance. Culture and daily life videos suggest adding details like forbidden pairings in resonance marriages, unstable fracture zones, and the unawakened movement to make the world feel lived in, not just about the heroes.
It's not just throwing random fantasy tropes at me, it's connecting world-building principles to character development. So let me dig deeper. I'll ask, let's go with the idea of magic or power being tied to scarce resources. How would that shape the culture and politics of this world? Poppy responds,
magic comes from a rare mineral, so whoever controls the mines controls power. Rich areas near the mines are flashy and wasteful, while poor areas are practical and resent the wealthy. Upper classes value display, lower classes value skill. Wars and alliances revolve around mines, laws favour owners, and borders are always shifting. The tension comes when the mineral starts running out. Do people fight harder, find alternatives, or change the system? Your protagonist could be someone who sees the shortage coming, but no one in power listens.
Now I'm getting somewhere. Let's say the resource is something tied to the land itself. Maybe certain plants or minerals that allow people to use magic, and they're running out. Now I need a character. I'll ask, help me develop a main character who would be compelling in this world where magic comes from a depleting natural resource. What kind of person would have the most at stake? And Poppy gives me,
your protagonist is a refiner, the person who turns the raw magical resource into something usable. They sit between the miners who extract it and the mages who burn through it, which gives them a clearer view of the numbers than anyone else. They're the first to notice the truth. The supply is dropping faster than the public realizes, and the countdown to collapse has already started. They're stuck in a brutal position. Their job feeds their family, and speaking up could cost them everything, but staying quiet makes them part of the problem, helping maintain the illusion that there's nothing to worry about. Everyone around them trusts the system, while they're the only one who can see that magic might run out within a year. The tension isn't whether they understand the danger, it's whether they'll act before it's too late, and what they'll have to give up when they do.
That's perfect. That's a character with real tension in their arc. They want to succeed, maybe even help their people, but the system forces them to become part of the problem. I didn't come up with that on my own. Poppy connected the world building, the theme, and character development principles from those videos to help me find something that actually works. This is an optional step, but you can also teach Poppy your writing style. Create a group called My Writing Style and add in your own previous work, short stories you've written, chapters from your work in progress, even journal entries if they capture your voice. Then, when you're brainstorming or asking for suggestions, Poppy can match your tone instead of sounding generic. For example, if your writing style is lyrical and introspective, Poppy will pick up on that. If you write punchy, fast-paced action, it'll adapt to that instead. This is huge because it means the AI isn't trying to turn you into someone else. It's learning to speak your language. So my actual workflow when I'm working on a fiction project looks like this. First, I set up my board with different groups: character world building, how to write, and my writing style. I fill those groups with videos, articles, and my own writing samples. With this workflow, when you sit down to write, Poppy can help you with 3 specific things. One is brainstorming. When you're stuck or need fresh ideas, just ask Poppy to help you explore different directions. 2, problem solving. When you've written yourself into a corner, talk through it with Poppy to find solutions. 3, research shortcut. Instead of spending hours Googling how did medieval people preserve food, I can ask Poppy and get a solid starting point in seconds. But the actual writing, that's all me. I'm the one crafting sentences, developing characters, characters and making the emotional beats land. Poppy is just helping me think through the hard parts faster. Now, you might be wondering, can't I just do this with ChatGPT? On a theoretical level, yes, but when you actually try, you're more than likely to give it up. With ChatGPT, you have to re-explain your entire project every single time you start a new chat. It doesn't remember your world, your characters, or your style unless you paste in a massive prompt every time. With Poppy, everything lives on your board. Your character notes, your world building, your style, references. It's all there, connected, and the AI can pull from all of it at once. Plus, Poppy lets you use multiple AI models. So, if ChatGPT isn't giving you what you need, you can switch to Claude or another model without leaving the platform. I want to address something important. Using AI doesn't make you less creative. The thing that kills creativity is burnout. Staring at a blank page for 3 hours, giving up on your book because you can't figure out one plot hole. AI doesn't replace your creativity. It removes the friction that stops you from being creative. Think about it. Musicians use digital audio workstations. Photographers use Lightroom. Filmmakers use editing software. Nobody says those tools make them less creative. They're just tools that let you focus on the art instead of the technical obstacle. That's what Poppy does for writing. It handles the brainstorming work so you can focus on the parts that actually matter. Let me show you one last thing. One of the coolest features in Poppy is that you can ask it to analyze your own writing and give you feedback. Let's say I've written the first chapter of my novel, but something feels off and I can't figure out what. I can paste that chapter into Poppy and ask what's working in this chapter and what's not. Focus on pacing, character voice, and whether the opening hook is strong enough. Because I've already taught Poppy my style and my influences, it can give me feedback that's actually useful and not just generic advice. It might point out that my protagonist doesn't make a choice until page 5, which means the reader is just watching things happen to them instead of seeing them drive the story. That's the kind of insight that would normally take a writing workshop or a paid editor to catch, but now I can get it instantly and keep moving forward. So now you know how to use AI to write fiction without losing your creativity. You've seen how Poppy works as a brainstorming partner, a research assistant, and a feedback tool, all while keeping you as the actual writer. If you want to start using Poppy the way I just showed you, click the link in the description below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.